Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at the 2019 supernatural horror film It Chapter 2, directed by Andy Muschietti and starring Bill Hader, James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain. Let's begin. 27 years after its initial defeat, Pennywise returns to Derry, Maine in 2016. It kills a man named Adrian Mellon after he and his boyfriend are brutally assaulted by homophobic teens following a carnival. Mike Hanlon, the only member of the Losers Club who remained in Derry, calls the other members Bill Denbrough, Ben Hanscom, Beverly Marsh, Richie Tozier, Eric Kasprak, and Stanley Uris to honor the promise they made 27 years earlier to kill Pennywise if he ever came back. All of them return to Derry except for Stanley, who takes his own life out of fear of the creature. At the Chinese restaurant, Mike refreshes the losers' memories before Pennywise itself reveals the news of Stanley's death to them. Richie and Eddie decide to leave until Beverly reveals that she had psychic visions of their deaths should they fail to fulfill their oath. Meanwhile, it takes the life of a young girl named Victoria at a baseball game after luring her into a trap. At the library, Mike shows Bill via drug-induced vision that the Native American ritual of Chud can stop it for good. Mike explains that the ritual requires items from their past to be sacrificed. After this explanation, Bill goes to the storm drain where George's life was taken and recovers his paper sailboat. Beverly retrieves Ben's love letter from her childhood home before being attacked by it in the form of a demonic elderly woman named Mrs. Kirsch. Richie goes to an abandoned cinema where he collects a game token and encounters Pennywise, who confronts him on his hidden homosexuality. Ben returns to the town's high school while Eddie recovers an inhaler from a pharmacy and is attacked by the leper. Meanwhile, Henry Bowers, who was arrested for taking the life of his father, is freed by a mental hospital by it. Bowers viciously attacks Eddie at the Losers Hotel before attacking Mike at the library. Henry nearly takes the life of Mike, but Richie impales him before he has the chance. The losers then rejoin Bill, who just failed to save a young boy named Dean from being eaten by it, at the Neighbold house and convince him not to face it alone. With their memories now fully restored, the group descends into a cavern beneath the sewers. Mike provides a rock from the losers' fight with the Bowers gang, and they perform the ritual in the remains of the meteor that brought it to Earth. The ritual traps the deadlights, it through form, in a sealing jar, but giant red balloon emerges from the jar and explodes, revealing it as an enormous Pennywise spider hybrid. The creature pressures Mike into revealing a secret he had hidden from the losers. It killed the natives originally performing the ritual because their fears overtook them. It attacks the losers and places Bill, Ben, and Beverly in individual traps. They escape once Bill releases his guilt over being indirectly responsible for Georgie's death, and when Beverly realizes Ben was the one who wrote the love letter to her, Mike stands up to the creature only to almost get eaten. But Richie manages to distract it, getting caught in its deadlights in the process. Eddie saves him, but is fatally impaled by one of its claws. A weakened Eddie then explains how he made it feel small earlier by choking the leper nearly to death. The losers confront it about how they've overcome their fears and are no longer scared of the entity, causing it to shrink to a small, weakened Pennywise. Mike rips out its heart, which he and the losers crush with their bare hands, finally killing it. Richie and the others rush back to Eddie but find out that he has died from his injuries. Richie still believes that he can be saved, but the losers have to drag him away. They are forced to leave Eddie's body behind while its cavern explodes, destroying the Neighbold house. The remaining losers return to their old swimming area and wash off after their confrontation with it, and join hands to comfort Richie as he mourns for Eddie. Its demise has also caused the scars on their hands to disappear. After the losers part ways, Ben and Beverly get married. Richie returns to the kissing bridge where he had once carved he and Eddie's initials. Mike decides to move out of Derry and start a new life, and Bill begins writing his story before receiving a call from Mike as he leaves Derry, learning that Stanley sent them all posthumous letters. The letters reveal that Stanley was too scared to face it, and that his taking his own life was intended to strengthen his friends against it. His last words in the letters indicate that they will always be losers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below letting me know which movie you'd like to see me do next and what you thought about this one. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and goodbye.